Now that we've gone through the preparation checklist, we are ready to make our first measurement. First, we need to open a log file. So if you go to menu level 1, F1 to open log file, it will give you the opportunity to name your data file. And for this exercise, you can just call it practice. Anytime you open a data file, it gives you an opportunity to add a remark. And a remark shows up as a separate row in your data file with a timestamp. For this, I would just put in the word test. When the data file is open, notice menu level 1 has now changed a little bit. Instead of having brackets around the title of F1, it now says log, and it has a counter indicating how many data points have been logged to the file. F2 now allows you to view the file, and F3 will give you the opportunity to close the file. F4 allows you to add a remark at any time. When you're ready to log your first data point, you may log it either by pressing F1 or by pressing the button on your sensor head right next to the handle. You do have to hold down on the button next to the handle for a brief period of time for it to register. Once you've logged your first data point, we can go and view your file. If you go to F2, you are brought into a screen called Graph It, and from here you can view your data by going to F3. You have a couple of viewing options. You can either choose F to view the file as it's stored, and we will select that one right now. And you'll notice when it comes in that at the beginning of the file there's a lot of information that we call the header. And this appears in every data file you collect. The first item tells you what version of software you are using. The second line tells you the date and time. The third tells you the 6400 you are using. And then the rest of the header information tells you how the software was set up. And finally, you will get to see the remark that we added called test. And finally, you'll see a start of data line followed by the header for each of the columns, and then finally the data point that we logged. Now let's view the data in a data set. So press Escape. And now we are going to choose D for data set. Now you can see it's taken our data and put it into columns for us. So it is much easier to view our data this way. A couple of things about this screen. If you want to move an entire screen at a time to the right or to the left, hold your Shift key down while you press your arrows. So you can see here I'm doing a Shift right arrow and I'm moving to the right a full screen at a time. It saves a lot of time rather than just using my arrow and going one step at a time. So go ahead and navigate through your file and take a look at the data that was logged. When you're finished, you can press Escape and escape out until you're to the Graph It screen. And at this point, we will press Escape again. When you're finished logging data, you can close your file, F3, and now you're ready to either open a new log file or you can escape out to the open screen and you'll be ready to download your data.